Hey everyone, what's happening? Lex back today for another Brawl Stars video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Rosa, the brand new brawler that is coming soon to Brawl Stars. We've got the sneak peek for you right here, and we are going to be taking a look at Rosa versus every other brawler in the game. How well does she do? Spoiler alert, she wrecks. Now, a quick note about the methodology of the testing. Since Rosa is a melee brawler, she's really close. We basically put her against every brawler toe-to-toe. The only exception really was against Piper. I put her at max range, Rosa's max range, so that she could actually do damage to her. Other than that, it was toe-to-toe with every single brawler. Now we're going to start off with the worst brawlers to play against Rosa, the ones who got absolutely hammered, and we're going to work our way all the way up to the top to the ones that actually beat her. Now, a quick note as well, with Rosa's super, she decimates every single brawl, even the one that did the very best against her, that killed her pretty easily. Rosa destroyed him with her super. So I will show that at the end, just so you can see for yourself, but pretty much Rosa with her super, run. Just run. So with that being said, let's take a look at the first few brawlers that did not fare well against Rosa. Yeah, that wasn't pretty. If you're one of those three brawlers and you find yourself in a toe-to-toe fight with Rosa, just accept your fate, because it's pretty much done. However, the next three, no, they didn't fare much better either. A little bit, but not a lot. Once again, that's a big oof. Now, I'm ranking these brawlers in order of how much health Rosa has left whenever she kills the brawler that she was just facing. Later on, when the ones that actually beat her, it'll be how much health that the other brawler has left. But like, say for instance, Nita, she still had 3,892 health left to kill on Rosa when she died. That's not a small amount, so keep your distance, Nita. And with our next three brawlers, we see not one, but two legendary brawlers making their way near the bottom of the list. Spike, Crow, yeah, sorry about that. The legendary brawlers, at least those two, didn't stand much of a chance. Again, as with all of these brawlers that are getting completely hammered, keep your distance. Now, with two of the legendary brawlers already falling victim to those stone hands of Rosa, how will our first mythic fare against Rosa? Well, I mean, he's obviously down here near the bottom of the list, or at least in the middle, so you can guess that it's not too well. I think Jean is going to be wanting to use some of those wishes to get far away from Rosa. Colt, yeah, he just wants his mommy, but Carl, he still got beat pretty bad, but he is going to show up again later on in this list because we did put Rosa with a wall directly behind her to see how well Carl would do if there was actually a wall to really increase that DPS. Can he still beat her? I'm going to have to stick around and find out. So we just saw the first mythic brawler. What about the other two? Well, they have also made their way onto the list. Let's see how Mortis and Tara fare against the new rare brawler, Rosa. They may have been mythic, but the mystery behind whether they were going to win against Rosa or not, well, it really wasn't that great. Sorry, Mortis and Tara. Mortis is just going to have a hard time with her. Maybe with the super he can fare better, but again, just you get close to Rosa and it's going to be a bad time for you. Tara, keep your distance. Now for the top 10 brawlers against Rosa. The best ones that you can play at close range. The first one, a little surprising because he is definitely a long-range brawler, but let's see how Brock fares against Rosa. I'm pretty sure he was lagging. That's what happened there with Boombox Brock. Now Bo, complete with a brand new remodel, will it help him beat Rosa in a toe-to-toe match? Let's find out. He made a match out of it. He still lost, had 700 more hit points to go before he would have finished her off, but he made it a close match. If he would have had a Getty core skin, maybe then he would have won. Moving on to number 8, Shelly makes her way onto the list. Is she going to be the first one that is going to defeat Rosa? Let's find out. Wow, the same as Bo. I was not expecting that. I thought that she would do better, but no. She came close, but in the end, fell just short. Now, the next one on my list kind of surprised me. He doesn't have a lot of health, but he can pump out a lot of damage. However, with a little trickery from that star power, not on purpose, it just happened, but it did save him, and maybe that gained him a couple ranks on the leaderboard. Let's find out how Dynamite fares against Rosa. He still lost, but hey, number 7 isn't too horrible. No, you still lost. So Rosa is still decimating the competition. But our next contender, could he be the very first one to beat Rosa? Let's find out what the caveman Frank can do. Now that was a close match. At the very end, they were both spamming their shots, just trying to get that last one off. But in the end, Frank just edged her out with that reload speed just barely and ended up taking down Rosa for the first victory here against Rosa in these rankings. All the way up at number 6, Frank is the very first one to defeat Rosa. Now, number 5, Carl's back. And he's got a backing against Rosa this time. He's got a wall directly behind her. Let's see. Last time he still had 2,520 health left to go before he beat Rosa. Well, he wins this time. Let's find out by how much that backing wall increases his DPS. It was still, again, really close, but as you can see, having that wall directly behind Rosa just massively increased his DPS and allowed him to beat her. Now, in a real-life situation, that's probably not going to be a feasible scenario. Now, if you caught my last video on Carl versus all the brawlers, Leon absolutely decimated Carl. I mean, he was like dead almost instantaneously. Well, Leon's back. He's all the way up at number 4, which means there's still some brawlers that are better than the Assassin Leon. Let's find out how well Leon fares against Rosa. Now, we haven't seen the queen of her infinite thickness quite yet. But here she is at number 3, Pam versus Rosa, the battle of the brawling babes. Let's see how this turns out. Doing pretty good there, Pam. 602 health left on Pam whenever Rosa went down. Good job retaining that thick title right there. Now, if you've been keeping track, you realize that there are still a couple big tanks left to go against Rosa. We've got El Primo and Bull. Let's see who gets number 2 and who is the king against Rosa. El Primo makes short work of Rosa. He still has 2,000 health left whenever she goes down. So El Primo in a boxing match, the two boxers going head to head. Well, okay, Primo's a wrestler, but they punch too, so we're going to go with it. The two boxers head to head. Rosa goes down to the mighty luchador El Primo by a pretty good margin, actually. So that leaves one more brawler left. Who is going to be number 1? If you've been keeping track, it is the one and only Bull. The master of bush camping takes home the number 1 spot, easily decimating Rosa. Let's take a look. With over 4,500 health still left on Bull, if you can stand toe-to-toe with Rosa and she doesn't have her super, you will destroy her and, well, pretty much anybody else except for Shelly with her super. So Bull still holds that title of the ultimate bush camper, except for this one little hitch in his plan. If Rosa has her super, this is what happens. Not even close. If Rosa can do that against the best brawler against her, think of what she does to all the other brawlers. She absolutely destroys anyone with her super. So I guess the moral of the story here is, if you come toe-to-toe with a Rosa and she has her super, just give up. Just accept your fate because you're dead. Period. End of story. You're dead. Now, of course, all of these are just stand still, hit and auto-aim against each other. That's not a real-life situation. Some tips for you guys against Rosa. Obviously, if she has her super, don't get in range of her. In fact, don't get in range of her at all if you can so help it. Stay back, poke at her, keep her at a distance, and then you can do pretty well against Rosa. Now, if you're a tank, watch out, because there is a new tank killer in town, and her name is Rosa, and she has a little shop of horrors on her back. So I hope that helps you get an idea of how you will fare against Rosa in a 1v1 situation. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and as always, until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out.
Jess will tell you to subscribe to Lex. You can do this! Ha ha ha!